This is Salamancer, and you are watching round 2 of the Excello Zowie Invite Preseason Cup. And of course, Mafu here looks like he's ready to invite you to a rodeo, but that is not the case. In fact, you are not invited to this rodeo at all. This is only a 6v6 rodeo, and we're going to see who wins this one. Dignitas came out looking really strong, except for the very last little bit there of their first game against Epsilon. And of course, I'm going to spoil that now if it's not already spoiled by what I just said. But of course, you need to go back and watch that game because it was amazing. In fact, probably one of the longest rounds of Badlands I ever casted. But yes, Epsilon did win that first round here. Here is Granary. We'll see if it's a better map for Dignitas. Big air shot in mid-air right there against Nox. So Nox taking a lot of damage here. Meanwhile, though, Dignitas has lost 3 players. So is Epsilon. It's anybody's game right now. Randa here overhealed. So we're going to see. I think he may be able to do a lot of damage here. Going for some pills there inside the garage and does not manage to hit with them. But there you go. He does manage to take out Hawks. Hawks was not able to see that coming and so just gets pilled to the side of the face and ends up dying. Now Randa has to get back here, though, because his medic is apparently dead. That's never a good thing to happen. Of course, in the Geneva Conventions, that's what I was trying to say, you are not allowed to kill medics on the field. They do end up dying a lot, though, anyway, so I guess what are you going to do, right? War crimes happen, and these medics are probably not the most innocent of people in the world. The Jackal here just getting his little health regen on, and so he's got actually a bit of an uber disadvantage here. Down to about 20%, but finally we're seeing this point getting captured and Dignitas in control of it. So the very first mid-fight win, as long as that mid-fight actually lasted, has gone to Team Dignitas, and now Epsilon actually has a huge advantage here. Running the regular Uber, of course they're not actually ready to charge yet, he's just using that as a way to fake out his opponent. He's about 85% right now, and yes, you can make sort of fake Uber calls. What is this scout doing? Just flipping out right there. So Santa pulls out the frying pan. He's like, come on, get with the program. And yeah, here we go. Santa just launching some rockets up here. I wonder if he like names his rockets. All right, Dasher and Prancer and whatever, Vixen, get out there and explode. That's what he's doing right now. So Santa having to drop back here just a little bit, but it looks like, oh man, very aggressive play coming in from Epsilon, and the Jackal gets taken down, so yeah, there you go. Already we're seeing that Epsilon should be able to take on this middle point here just by getting through. Where is Mafu? Mafu's dead as well, so yeah, they don't have to worry about sticky traps or anything, and Epsilon has not lost a player yet. They're coming in and trying to chase down. There you go. There goes a scout. A soldier just dropping back now. Punpu with 11 health and gets taken out by Walters. Now Nox is looking up here, and apparently there might be an enemy up there, but I don't see him. Maybe he ended up, yeah, it was Hawks. He just got taken out as well. So that's it. Epsilon with an extraordinarily good win of the mid-fight there, but F2 is down. So they do not have an Uber advantage, and in fact, Dignitas have the Uber advantage. Oh man, this could end up being a really long game, and that would hurt my voice, because I also have to do some casts with Vanilla TV later today. Speaking of Vanilla TV, by the way, these games were already casted on Vanilla TV, but I was asked to cast them all again by Cookie from Dignitas. So I hope that doesn't spoil who wins the entire series, but of course you should be watching the entire thing. Medic just doing a little bit of a 360 spin there. He's just like, look at me, I'm Michael Jackson standing up here on the little ledge inside the garage. Now, Soldier taking a lot of damage there, but of course he was overhealed, so he's going to be okay. Here comes the Uber right now, though, from Dignitas. They're pushing in on the clock here, and there you go. That sticky trap there did not do anything. Somebody's going to be all over you like shingles. That's going to be nasty. But now Epsilon is dropping back. They may decide to poke right back in here, but there you go. They've popped the Uber right away, dealing a lot of damage with it, actually. Santa gets taken down, but so does the Jackal. No medic right now for Dignitas. There goes Punpu. Epsilon having to drop back into their garage for the moment because they're dealing with just a little bit too much flanking action, but Dignitas has lost every single team member, so Epsilon's going to have a very big Uber advantage. Are they, though? Just now, F2 starts healing somebody again. He was actually getting really far forward there and trying to get the capture on second point. Not a bad idea, and actually the Jackal was the only one up there just now. 4 people have spawned for Dignitas, and they may get camped in here. Oh, Hibsy getting taken out to Randa right away, and that is the first win by Epsilon. That is just how you push Badlands when you wipe out the opposing team. Get there as fast as possible, camp them into their own spawn doors, and even if they're just then spawning, if you've got the time to take that point, that is what you do. Oh, you know what we need to do? Gotta find that Punpoo cam, because if I recall correctly, Punpoo does love jumping his opponents and dying very early on in these Granary mid-fights. We'll see it happen. I'm pretty sure, watching this Punpoo cam right now, he's getting up onto the high ground. No, actually deciding to take the low. He's been buffed up to 300, so you know what's going to happen here. Jumping in right away, going for some hits there on the enemy soldier, and he's gotten some good hits, but now having to back out. Oh, 27 health, and there you go. He has, just like I prophesied, he has died. There goes F2, though. Took a lot of damage there from Punpoo, and Cookie finished him off. Now, Cookie gets taken out, though, by Stefan. Only medic soldier left alive for Dignitas. Now, there is no medic for red team, so you might think, well, why don't they just push into that? Well, because there are 2 scouts there, so Hawks cannot deal with 2 scouts coming in from different sides and then Santa trying to bomb in on top at the same time. It just would not work very well. So, I mean, Hawks could probably get the kills, but the scouts would be focusing the medic, and that would be no fun. So, basically, what's going to happen is Dignitas is going to wait for their Uber advantage to be usable by the entire team. They want to push forward, they want to Uber in, and when they do that, they want to bring the entire team forward. It's going to be tough, though. Oh, all those stickies getting detonated and not doing a lot of damage to Jack. What are they doing? They should push through right now. Use that Uber, and actually they're waiting. They don't want to use it, but there goes Punpoo immediately. Now, finally, the Uber is popped, and they've lost a soldier. They are going to be able to capture the middle point here. But what's going to happen? I don't know. Dignitas, they actually are not watching the chokes right now, except with Mafu. And that's not a bad thing. I mean, you watch it with Mafu, and Mafu has sticky traps like everywhere, so it's going to delay Epsilon from trying to push through because these chokes are so narrow. Did I say Badlands? I'm pretty sure that I meant Granary. If I said Badlands at some point, it's because I'm tired, guys. That's the only explanation, okay? But Dignitas is now just trying to play really far back here. They know their opponents have an Uber advantage. And so they've set up just some sticky traps and a couple of stickies on top of the crates. And Epsilon, where's the push here? Where's the push? Why isn't Epsilon pushing? This is weird. They need to be doing that because if they... I don't know about this play. Basically, they just let Dignitas build their Uber up to 100%. If they had pushed, then... Of course, Dignitas was ready to drop back, so they would have been at an Uber disadvantage. So I guess that's what they were thinking, is they were like, we don't really want to push in and just have them push right back into us and we lose midpoint again. So instead, they've kind of waited for Dignitas to push into them. Now they're countering the Uber with their own, and here comes Demo Man play, doing a lot of damage right now with those stickies. He's trapped Mafu for the moment. Mafu up on the high ground along with Punpoo. Both of them need to get out of there. Oh, Mafu gets taken down, though, and now it's a fight over the garage here with, looks like the scouts getting in for Epsilon doing a lot of damage. And Dignitas now having to drop back. So I think the call by Epsilon to not push with that Uber, it was probably the right one. Here comes Walters. Ooh, getting a lot of damage on him, though. He's not going to be able to clean up very quickly. But getting the heals at the very least. And can Epsilon push through this choke? It looks like Dignitas has held it off. So, surprisingly, even though Epsilon kind of won that fight, now Dignitas has the spawner advantage, and they are pushing forward. Epsilon having to drop back to their second point, and wow, my leg hurts right now. I don't even know what's going on with that, but a little bit of a scout pressure coming in through the side. Not going to do a lot of damage to Randa, though. He's being healed right now. He's back up to his full overheal. And where is the sticky trap at the moment? Looks like only stickies on the floor. There goes Uber right away for blue team and for red as well. What's going to happen with this? Can't really tell at the moment because you've got to see who fades away first. But the problem is Himsy gets taken out there and the medic was not healing anybody for quite a while. Walter's now taken down by Punpoo. Mafu's gone down, but look at this. Everybody from red team is just surrounded and taking too much damage there. So only Santa and Stefan left up. Santa with 100 health here probably needs to eat a few more cookies and drink some milk because he's got to regenerate that health quickly. I think that's what he's doing right now. He's waiting for some kids to leave some for him in the chimney. I'm not going to stop making Santa jokes, guys. It's just not going to happen. There goes Santa, though. Gets taken out. So Hawks and Cookie are going to push forward, capture the last point, and there you go. Scout cannot even stop that. That was Walters trying to get in there and stop it, but it was just not fast enough. Dignitas with a very strong push there to bring it to 1-1. It was nice and quick, too. Anyway... Oh, let's see here. No, I think the soldiers for Epsilon have been playing pretty conservatively, considering they know that Punpoo likes to do these jumps. So we're going to watch Punpoo cam again and see if he does some amazing jumps into the enemy. He of course wants to get up to that 300 health overheal. There you go, just now getting it up, getting healed up there, and they've spotted out the enemies. There you go, Punpoo jumping in right away. does not get the kill, but Randa and Santa apparently taking out Hawks, ended up finishing him off. And there you go. Actually, Mafu just got taken out by F2 using the needles, and he took out the Jackal as well. Double needle kill by Epsilon. F2 there on the middle point just going huge, even though he's still wearing like gigantic sunglasses and a hat that make him, seriously, that make him look like he is like 60 years old. This is what my grandparents like always wear. But apparently he's not 60 years old at all. Those needle kills were intense. So yeah, well played there to Epsilon on the point. They just knew their opponents were very, very damaged, and they were doing as much damage as they could, not even worrying about the heals. Himsy gets taken down there by Walters, and the Uber's ready to go here for Epsilon, so I think they have this game won. I'm sorry, this round one, as long as they don't push through that door. That would be a nasty... Oh, look out! There goes the Uber right away, so not going to kill anybody because it was flashed correctly to both teammates. But the Uber is going to be wasted very quickly, and there you go. It is over already. Not a lot of damage. Punpook is taken out, though, and now Dignitas can finally deal some damage in return, but they are in such a bad position here. Soldier up on the high ground. There you go. I think we're going to see this round won by Epsilon. Santa, the first man to die there. Walters died as well. It's only a medic and a soldier up. Medic is taken down. There you go. Everybody down there. Epsilon with a very beautiful textbook push there onto the last point of Granary. Of course, that push was made possible by this guy who got 2 needle kills at the mid-fight. That's pretty hilarious. Epsilon now pushing out once again, and let's watch the Mafu cam here on his rollout. Of course, we're going to see him go to the left side. He just wants to make sure he's got full health as he gets out there, so that's actually a bit of a slow rollout, but he's taking the high ground, so that makes sense, actually. Does not want to have like 50 health on that high ground. And he gets out there at about the same time as his opponent, so each one of them trying to deal sticky damage to each other. So far, kind of missing some of their stickies, though. And in comes Soldier, takes out Randa. Nice jump by Punpu. We do love to see Punpu doing those jumps there, but he gets taken down as well. That is, of course, his modus operandi, his MO. He just jumps in. He doesn't care if he lives through the mid-fight or not. In fact, he knows he's going to die like every time. Randa says, "My pipe launcher blocked you." Not sure exactly what he means by that, but of course, he did end up dying to Punpu. Punpu then ended up dying as well, and that was basically the only kills that happened at the mid-fight. I think maybe a scout went down, but the medics are ready to go here. Epsilon has a midpoint. They have 100% Uber. Are they going to push into Dignitas? I think they might have a slight advantage pushing through this garage here. Not going to be a lot, though, and they are probably going to have to pop the Uber first if they push out. We'll see. And no, apparently Rando telling me that the pipe... yes, Randa is actually watching the stream right now, and he's telling me the pipe launcher stopped him from landing on the platform, and if that's true, it is utterly hilarious. Dignitas now still holding on to their second point here. And in fact, holding on to the yard outside, this is really a good hold spot here, because look at the tininess of those choke points. Here on Granary, if you can hold the yard, that's really what you want to do effectively. Here comes a big push, though. Himsy getting knocked out right away by Santa and Epsilon's Randa. Santa now taking out Hawks as well. The Uber is just now popped for Dignitas. They've lost 2 players here. Randa gets taken out, though. So does Walters. And now this soldier is done for. Once again, F2 going for those needle kills. I don't think it's going to happen this time around, man. Sorry. No more needle kills for you, and Dignitas pushing around to the right-hand side, actually, so they do not want to take any needle damage today. Only Nox and F2 are left alive, so this middle point is probably going to go to Dignitas here. Where is the Epsilon team? Of course, they have already backed away from the middle point. They do not want to be anywhere near that. They're actually sending in a scout here, interestingly. Walters going around behind. The Jackal gets taken out by Nox, actually, and now Walters trying to get in on somebody there. Wow, F2 has helped defend the point here, and once again, going for those needle kills. Can he get another one? Oh, no! Santa stole his kill there, so instead of giving away kills to all the good little girls and boys, I'm just, okay, not even going to go with that one. Not going to go with that one, but there you go. Dignitas does get taken out. Santa now pushing forward with the rest of his team, and they are going to be able to capture the second point. Once again, Dignitas going to be backed up to their last. Not a very fun position to be in, because Epsilon, once again, does have 100% Uber advantage. They are pushing in here. Probably just as soon as they can, unless they were missing a player here on Granary. I don't know. I expect to see these doors open very soon, and I expect to see a push out of Epsilon. No, apparently Randa is not watching, so this guy has kind of the same name, but it is not Randa at all, and I'm just confused. I wish Randa was watching right now. I will definitely have him watch later. But Stefan getting taken down there. He is the first casualty for this attack from Epsilon, and they did have to pop that Uber really early, so, wow, actually dropping back. But a Jackal gets taken out. Yeah, this is why they're dropping back here. Epsilon wants to slow play it just a little bit. They know they can afford to stand back because they've got this big Uber advantage, but F2 actually is in such a big trouble here. Gets taken out. Oh, no! So now Dignitas Dignitas trying to poke in here. There's only one man left up. It's Stefan right now, but he's getting a kill on Mafu. Stefan going for the last point here, and he may be able to get it because nobody from Dignitas has spawned. Oh no! That attack was so ill-fated there by Oh, what is he doing? Stefan just wasting a little bit of time there and trying to play some mind games against his opponent. Wow. That's just mean. That is mean right there. Giving the team a little bit of hope that they're walking out and trying to stop the cap, and then of course just walking right back on it. I've seen that happen in like lobbies before, but come on. Okay, so Epsilon's Randa now getting up to the high ground once again. And let's see what happens here. Can he end up getting the kills? No, not yet. But it was a low ground rollout for Mafu. Mafu did not take a lot of damage there. Now trying to deal some pill damage up to the right-hand side. But meanwhile, he's getting jumped in here by a soldier. Gets taken down by Nox. Nox, in turn, is taken down by Cookie. But now Punpu's down as well. DeJackal here trying to keep his team alive. It's 3 against 4, but now 3 against 3. But DeJackal's got his team left alive here. Both of them are going to be able to take quite a few hits, and they have managed to capture the point. So Epsilon, their team just does not seem as aggressive at these middle points. They're basically letting Dignitas run straight headlong into them and playing very defensively so they can focus down whoever jumps on them first. But I don't know, you just don't see as much aggression out of Epsilon at the midpoint. This time around, Dignitas actually won that fight quite convincingly, even though Epsilon had like the same classes and the same number of people up as Dignitas did. Dignitas just had the better positioning. So now, Hox is looking for that scout here. Is the scout upstairs? Yes. So, little Mexican standoff here. Or maybe it's a Finnish standoff. I don't know, I think a lot of these guys might actually be from Finland. There goes the Uber, though. And soldiers yelling at each other, but you know, I don't think that's actually going to do any damage. Sticks and stones, my friend, sticks and stones. Mafu peeking in here now, does not want to take too much damage here. Oh, getting a lot of hits from those pills, but he does grab that. Meanwhile, though, there's a back cap going on, and Epsilon is looking in a very firm position to win this game if they can get this back cap. Oh, it's going to be such a race. No, actually, Dignitas stacking that point up with like ×4 there at the end, just barely winning that race. And now Mafu standing on the point. I don't think anybody's there to contest this. A little scout coming in here and trying to get the kill. He does barely manage to get that kill, but the scout's taken out as well. Oh, a double Uber saw hit there from F2. Stefan just like, nice. Nice, you just got 2 Uber saws there, but he died anyway, and that is the round. 2-3, still in favor of Team Santa, aka Team Epsilon, and Dignitas bringing it back just a little bit there. So as I clear my throat a little bit, now we're watching Mafu push forward onto the middle point, and let's just see what his rollout does this time. Yeah, he's taking that high ground rollout again, knowing that his opponent, and his opponent took the low ground, but he did manage to deal some damage to both of those scouts there, so the scouts are not going to be feeling very aggressive right now. Soldier, once again, this got to be Pun. No, it's Hawks jumping in first, and then Punpook jumps in to finish off that other soldier. Walters is the first man to go down to Mafu. Meanwhile, Stefan coming in to the side and trying to knock down the enemy medic, but it's not going to happen here. Stefan, one of the only 2 left alive, he's seeing if he can't kill Mafu, and does manage to get that kill, so beautiful play by Stefan. He is a pretty darn huge scout, but he's not going to be able to take on like 4 people at once. That's a tall order, and there he goes. Right on top of the dead body of Mafu there, Stefan dies as well, and Dignitas capturing the middle point once again. Walters coming out here as a sniper. We'll see whether this works very well. I don't know, because he's going to have to open that door very quickly and see if he can't peek out here. Oh, looking for the medic! No, not managing to get that. Now he's been called out. Gets taken out right away by Himsy. Good play by Himsy to know that that sniper was just not defended at all. So now it is 5 against 6 here. Dignitas having 6 players. Walters spawning in 10 seconds. Uber advantage for Dignitas. They've got to push with this right away. Where are they, though? If they don't push, Walters going to come right back up. There they go, finally pushing in. Walters will be in position. Himsy and Punpu both getting taken out by Randa there. May have gone to the high ground, and that is not good for Dignitas. Dignitas here pushing in right now and trying to deal some damage to these soldiers, but look at this, they're overhealed. There's a pyro out here setting people on fire, and when you are on fire, it's not a fun feeling. So there you go. Dignitas wiping out on that. Man, they had such an advantage there, but if they had just pushed where there was not a sticky trap, I mean, that really would have been a win for them. But Epsilon with a huge defense there, in the face of an Uber disadvantage, managing to get the kills. And there you go, Pyro still being run. Is Walters actually going to run back and switch now? I think he just may stay on the Pyro here. Interesting. And so he's now trying to get the medic. Oh no, he might actually be running back. Oh, that's too bad. I would have loved to see. No! Yeah, get out there! Keep playing Pyro, man. Keep doing it. We want to see Pyro in 6v6. That is what we want to see right now. So we're just going to stay on the Walters game as long as he is a Pyro here. This is what I like. He is pushing out now and trying to stay with his team here. Of course, without the scouts, it's going to be tougher, but look at the reflecting. He's trying to keep all the damage off of his team, and he's managed to do just that. Mafu, who was behind enemy lines for some reason, gets taken out. And now there's going to be, oh, look at that reflect! Double rocket reflect into that soldier. Punpu took like almost 300 damage there. Walter's now getting out there and letting people on fire. Wow, beautiful pyro play here. The Uber is popped for both teams now. And it looks like Red actually backing out because there is a back cap going on, and this is the problem with not having a scout instead of a pyro. The scout for our blue team, Dignitas, could very well get over there. Oh no, they have not actually managed to finish off that capture. So, okay, alright, Epsilon's going to feel safe for now. Walter's here, still trying to steal a lot of heals from his medic, and he could get taken out here by that demo. He's got to be very, very careful now. And yeah, it looks like our Dignitas team has finally realized, oh wait, he can reflect things. We probably should use our hit scan weapons like shotguns, because those are not reflectable. And here you go, Dignitas actually really, really close to the point right now. Walter's taken down, so is Santa, and there you go, that's the cap. Dignitas with a 3-3, using their superior mobility. Really, they had 2 scouts, and so they just sacrificed one of them to go start a back cap, forced Epsilon to run all the way back, and they couldn't send scouts back because, hey, one of them was a pyro who is very, very slow and unmaneuverable. So interesting strategy from Dignitas to take advantage of that pyro play. And that pyro play could have been so amazing if he'd gotten that double reflect kill. But as it was pretty awesome nonetheless. Randa getting out here, stealing that health kit there. And who's going to win this round? I do not know. How much time is left? 10 minutes. Looks like there was some pressure coming in there. And yeah, Mafu did get taken out by Stefan right away. He did not have any sort of support or defense on him, and that is not a good feeling. Look at that soldier jump, using the walls to his advantage, but not able to do a lot of damage there. Punpu is down. Dignitas having to back out here, and actually look at Epsilon playing so aggressive right now. They are pushing into the yard already with just 1 scout hanging back. Himsy taken out by a rocket there of Nox. So it is only 4 players now left alive for Dignitas. They're not able, Mafu is not in position to set up sticky traps just yet. There goes the Uber, actually. Dignitas deciding they do not want to lose this point here just yet. So they are using this Uber to delay until the rest of their reinforcements can get in here and force back the Epsilon team, which seems to be what they're going to do. Getting stickies now down on the point. They're going to be very, very careful here. Look at all the action going on here. They are so close to each other and hardly anybody getting killed. Santa finally dying there. Epsilon maybe committing a little bit too much to this point. They have to back out now because they have lost a lot of players, lost a lot of health. Yeah, Stefan goes down as well. And Stefan, a very good scout. What are the scores right now? Stefan, yeah, like practically, definitely top fragging for his team. Stefan for Epsilon, amazing scout here. And actually, that seems to be kind of a common story in North America. Sometimes the teams with the best scouts, as long as they've got competent players in the other classes, do really well, including the team formerly known as EMG, just has some of the best scouts that ever existed. Good attack here by Hawks to try and stop the capture. Walters ends up going down for Epsilon, and now Hawks, oh, was that Hawks finishing that guy off? No, it was Randa going down to somebody anyway. Himsy is now dead though as well, and they've got a, yeah, Dignitas looks like they have already lost the midpoint. They're trying to push back onto it now. Who is top fragging for them? It is again a scout, Cookie there, above Hawks. There you go, Hawks coming in and may deal a lot of damage to this soldier. Can he get the kill? Yes, he can. Santa has died to Hawks. So Hawks deciding that instead of sitting on Santa's lap and asking him what he wants for Christmas, he's just going to feed him a shotgun shell or 2. Epsilon still holds the middle point, though, and Mafu is going to be pushing out here, trying to catch up with the rest of his team. Going to do that very, very quickly, grab a health kit, whatever. That's not where the action is. The action is probably out in the yard right now. Yes, Epsilon pushing into the yard, and they want to take over the second point. I don't see any sticky traps just yet. There you go, Mafu now dealing some sticky damage into his opposing team. Did a lot of it, actually. Does get a kill there on Nox right away. Nox had killed Himsy as well, but now Mafu almost out of ammo here, trying to deal more damage to the Epsilon team as they try to push in through this door. And there you go. I think Mafu may actually have done what he needed to do and stop the capture on the second point. Randa getting taken out there. No demo man for Epsilon right now. Oh, nice kill on Stefan as well. So Stefan now dead, meaning Mafu is going to stand back here and defend the second point. Epsilon is going to be feeling the pressure from the rest of the Dignitas team here as they push in through the garage, or not. Because, I mean, honestly, if you're pushing with 70% Uber through this garage and your opponents now have the demo man up again, you gotta be very, very careful. But here they go. No sticky traps there at the moment. So, Himsy, is this Himsy? This is Himsy, getting him over here on the side of the scout, pressuring him back right away. lots and lots of action here, and I think that Epsilon's positioning is not really very good. Dignitas has popped their Uber at the same time as Epsilon did, and we'll see what happens here. As soon as these Ubers fade, really is when the damage is going to start coming in. Jump in right on top of the medic right away, but, Demo getting taken out. Randa and F2 now both dead for Epsilon. They've got to be very careful here. One of two things can happen. Either Epsilon can drop back and try to conserve their players, or they can bomb in and try to take out Jackal here. But Jackal at full health, he's even got this health kit to stand on. It would be very unwise for Epsilon to try and do that because it is not likely to work. And they're just going to lose more players. Scout coming in and trying to get some damage down. Almost actually killed Punpu there while he was being healed. And here comes some attacks in on the medic, but no, here's the thing. Oh, Jackal actually gets taken out, though. Randa with a huge kill there right before he dies to Mafu. Mafu could not save his medic fast enough. Oh, man, that was crazy stuff. So Epsilon now pushing into the yard. Once again, they have stopped the capture on middle point here. Dignitas just cannot catch a break at the moment. And if Epsilon ends up winning this game, then they win the series. Santa now trying to lead the charge here, but it sounds like Dignitas may have somebody from behind. Yeah, Santa now has gotten around behind those scouts, but it doesn't matter. Cookie and Himsy ends up taking him out, and now they're coming back into the yard to get the heals from the medic, but Epsilon only has 2 players up, so if Dignitas wins this round, of course, it's going to go to a final round on Gully Wash. And I might have already said in the last video who wins this. Not directly, but you'll see. Anyway, Randa gets taken out there by Himsy right before his medic can get the heals on him. So Himsy does get taken out, but Randa being down means it's a clean push. There's going to be no sticky traps on these doors. So, of course, a soldier trying to get in here and deal some damage. To Jackal, they're going to push him with that Uber pretty soon here. They've got a big advantage, and they need to press it right now. And of course, as you can see, no stickies anywhere. Scout already hanging out here because he knows he doesn't have to worry about them. And yeah, Epsilon dropping back into their second point. Dignitas holds the yard. It is a very good place to hold right here. And here they go into the point pretty soon. There is the Uber right away, right before Epsilon can really do anything about it. Mafu coming out here and getting a lot of damage. There goes F2 as well as Walters. And one soldier left up here. He's got 200 health still. Was overhealed when he took a lot of the hits, but Dignitas with a big Uber advantage right now and a big player advantage, and they're just going to press it right away. Punpu jumping in, and beautiful rockets there on Santa. Santa stood no chance there. Was too busy thinking about who was on the naughty list and not busy enough thinking about how to dodge rockets. So, wow, Dignitas with a 4-3 so far. It's 3 minutes left, so Epsilon can bring this back. We're going to get onto the Randa cam. There we go. Watching Randa push out here to the middle point. He's taking a very, very standard rollout so far. There's not a lot you can do to change it up really on Granary. Took a little bit of fall damage there, so he's not going to be at perfectly full health at this, but it shouldn't matter too much as long as he doesn't get pressured really hard by a scout or something. And so far the scouts not able to get in there because look, yeah, he does have his scouts playing as a screen for him. He's going to stay back behind the rest of his team so that if anything comes after him, hopefully it gets taken out. Meanwhile, Epsilon SF2 is right down. Yeah, there he goes, down to about 11 health, and he gets taken out. Stefan not very happy about dying as well. And Dignitas holding on to the middle point here, so Epsilon's chances of winning this game are slipping away. Oh, man, and they were trying to go in after the Jackal, but that is a complete wipeout. So Dignitas very, very quickly here going to push out to the second point, and they should be able to capture it. Stefan now on the spy. I don't know if I agree with this play at all. Oh, this could be really bad. He's going to get in there and try to take out the medic, but no, his team is going to be able to, I think, get stop the capture on last. There you go. He does decloak, going for a stab here on a soldier. Cannot get that chain stab though, because as soon as the soldier died, everybody turned straight toward him and killed him. He did, of course, delay the push just a little bit there by Dignitas by taking that out, but now Santa standing back on the sniper. Here's the thing: Epsilon is set up for defense. Dignitas is. I was going to say they're parking the bus there, but actually they just decided to Uber in right away. They still had that big advantage. And Randa is now down. No stickies on that point at all. There's kind of a back gap attempt going on, but it's not going to be enough here. This could end up going 5-3 if they're not careful. Epsilon here is still 4 players up, though, and Medic trying to get out here. He's still keeping his heal beam on that scout. Could have actually done a little bit of damage with the needles. There you go. The back cap is working here. Who is that? That is Walters going for the back cap right now. He's got 1 minute and 21 seconds left to try and push this game back around. Can Epsilon bring it to a golden cap situation? We will see here. It is, wow, it is going to be so down to the wire if he manages to do it, and they're going to have to get some kind of a complete wipeout there on Team Dignitas. Everybody now spawning for Dignitas, so they've gotten the forward spawn. That's going to be very, very bad because they're going to hold on to the yard. Epsilon going to have to push into that yard with like no Uber at all. Actually, where is the Dignitas team? Oh, no, I'm sorry. I was looking in the wrong direction. Walter's dropping back there. In fact, his friendly scout dropping back as well, so time is running out here. Yeah, here is a Dignitas hold in the yard right now. Going to be really difficult to push into that, and 40 seconds left. Time is wasting here. Epsilon has to push, but this push is not going to work. Sticky traps everywhere, and there is... Oh, actually, they almost got the Uber up here, so they can Uber in, but it's only 30 seconds left. They have to be on the point right now. They wasted too much time here, I think. Oh, it's a crits creek, actually. There they go. They are trying to pop this crits. A little bit of a weird positioning there, but they are not able to kill too many people. Himsy and Mafu are down, but I don't know. The Jackal just now getting his Uber ready to go, and if he can just stop this capture with the Uber, that's all he needs to do. Oh no, he may end up dying here. Oh, he does barely get the Uber with like 20 health left. They've stopped the capture. 10 seconds left to go, and that is all she wrote. GG. It is going to a third round here in the Excello Grand Finals between Dignitas and Epsilon. Thank you for watching. This is Salamancer. Subscribe on youtube.com/fatmop and watch that next game, because here we go.